What is going on, cryptocurrency investors? My name is Landon. You are watching Crypto Review Central. We cover multiple cryptocurrency news videos every single day and deep dives on all the up and coming assets. So keep yourself up to date along with the rest of our community on these hyper evolving markets. Today we have a completely original idea with the first ever pentafork in Bitcoin origin. But first, don't forget about our Bitcoin giveaway. We are giving away $50 USD in Bitcoin as soon as we hit 200 likes. So if you find our content informative, smash that like button. And if you're a cryptocurrency investor, subscribing is a great idea. Join our community and don't forget to click the white bell notification button so you don't miss out on any of our content. The Bitcoin origin idea is rather remarkable for what many of you have come to expect from this blockchain technology industry. It is incredibly innovative, and not only is it disruptive to all existing traditional infrastructure, but it is also disruptive towards the 5 cryptocurrencies that it currently forks. They don't have a white paper. It is called a position paper, and I highly recommend you check out bitcoinorigin.io and have a look at their short 2-minute intro video. It's a very remarkable idea and the first of its kind. So let's get ready to dive into both the white paper, the development team, and what the philosophy behind this asset is all about. As this Steam article says, this is a new one, and it indefinitely is. Just when you thought Bitcoin couldn't get any zanier, it just did. The Bitcoin Origin Foundation announced that it is going to do 5 hard forks of the top currencies to combine them into one multi-chain blockchain. Similar to the philosophy behind Apollo Coin, who is currently in the midst of a coin distribution event, Bitcoin Origin is attempting to become the innovation that is innovation within cryptocurrency and produce multiple features that existing assets are entirely dedicated to. Bitcoin Origin is going to combine the 5 largest proof-of-work blockchains: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Dash, using a protocol called Proof of Ambassador, which is a completely new methodology for a consensus algorithm. This is a combination of proof of stake and proof of authority. It is a very unique concept, and its success has yet to be seen. However, the sheer innovation and creativity that goes into Bitcoin Origin is generating a ton of interest. It's reported that this new chain will be able to handle 15,000 transactions per second, which is certainly a drawback to these individual blockchains and an improvement of them. However, 15,000 is really not that much considering what is required for mass adoption, what typically Visa or MasterCard does, and there are already assets such as Turneo that are developing a technology capable of over 1 million transactions per second. So really, although it's an improvement on the 5 assets it's forking, 15,000 is a little short. Nevertheless, being an incredibly emerging industry and as disruptive as it is, this is par for the course for the general trajectory of innovation. It is an evolution of existing frameworks and thus deserves attention. Furthermore, the actual development team is incredibly capable, as we will look into not only the white paper but some LinkedIn profiles of who founded this asset and who is going to be running it, because like most other assets, that is where the rub really lies. Many of these projects are amazing ideas and logically make a lot of sense. However, the development team in the past has often held very good assets back from realizing their complete potential. Nevertheless, being so new, the future is very bright for this project if the development team can nail it out the park. What they're doing with Bitcoin Origin is introducing energy efficient and highly secure variants of popular cryptocurrencies that I've already listed, with an exponentially higher transactional throughput than what's currently in practice, as the Proof of Ambassador consensus does away with cryptographic puzzles and the arms race of Bitcoin mining consuming a ridiculous amount of energy. The Bitcoin Origin system is energy efficient, scalable, and sustainable. So it is a definite step in the right direction towards where the evolution of this industry needs to be. Energy efficient is something that generated a lot of bad press for those tokens using current proof of work systems, and this appears to solve that widespread problem. The company's testnet launch is scheduled for Q3 of 2018 with a mainnet version planned in Q4. The company said the testnet launch for the project is in Q3 of 2018 and the mainnet version planned for the fourth quarter. So far, it said proofs of concept have been provided for both the Proof of Ambassador consensus protocol and its native blockchain implementation framework. They do appear to have their ducks in a row, as this Steemit article says, and their 2-minute explainer video says that they will hit major exchanges immediately upon release. It's definitely adding a bit of confusion and a lot of hope in regards to what the future innovation for this space has. And we've already had a number of different tokens like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Private, etc. Now we have Bitcoin Original, which is unfortunately not really original at all. However, it is completely new. It is a new framework and a new consensus algorithm in Proof of Ambassador. In other words, saying that these 5 cryptocurrencies they are forking act as ambassadors to the future holders of Bitcoin Origin. The incredibly attractive feature, aside from taking the best of 5 very successful projects, they are not running an ICO. And you can claim your Bitcoin Origin if you are a holder of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Dash directly from their web, mobile, or desktop wallets. The wallet applications will not only serve as a wallet, but allow claiming, staking, and voting in this single application. Now we're going to go through the white paper before we look at the team to really get a good idea of what they're trying to do. It is the world's first simultaneous multi-fork of the top 5 proof-of-work cryptocurrencies. It creates a proof-of-authority variant form of consensus that replicates mining-like profitability, provides improved privacy, and increases transactional throughput to 15K. They're calling it a unique flavor of Proof of Ambassador as a means of achieving consensus. It will introduce serverless nodes with a tiered reward distribution engine that dramatically improves traditional mining profitability levels. Utilizing the latest in blockchain tech, privacy, cross-chain, multi-state, layered chains, and namespace sharding with Ethereum virtual machine compatible smart contracts. Bitcoin Origin is also creating a JavaScript compiler for EVM contracts that allow for easy development of features in the future. The Bitcoin Origin team will create an ecosystem of hand-picked, decentralized applications and infrastructure advancements that will create value for their clients and the broader community, actively pursuing partners to help them build solutions on top of their existing architecture. They have a total supply of 35 billion, with only 5% going to the founders and 8% to the foundations, 31% to block rewards, and 45% to forked coins. They're implementing a free distribution system, which is going to be very appealing for everybody. There's no reason why anybody holding the 5 forked coins for this would not apply and utilize the system. So therefore, it's going to get a ton of decentralization as there's no required financial commitment. People are going to try this system out and play around with this asset just because they can. And that is really a very attractive feature in an increasingly decentralized ecosystem with big assets gaining ground in a very centralized way. This is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. The Proof of Ambassador system is a hybrid consensus, and it's very unique and original, might I add. It's an approach to proof of authority and proof of stake. In the Proof of Ambassador system, an ambassador is an authoritative and reputable network validator. The ambassador will have their reputation voted on by stakers of a Bitcoin Origin tokens. The ambassador will have their reputation voted on by stakers of Bitcoin Origin or based on the interaction of a number of variables. Public identity and reputation is the only trusted trade-off for distributed consensus, ensuring the community holds ambassadors accountable. Ambassadors must also have financial benefit in maintaining the integrity of the network. They'll be known as public influencers who actively and continually campaign and promote the Bitcoin Origin project. They are going to be voted in by Bitcoin Origin stakers. The proof of ambassador consensus philosophy is that reputation is far more effective than unknown validators contributing to a commercial mining ecosystem. Despite the fact that proof of work's decentralized nature in design is supported by multiple validators in the form of multiple miners, mining operations have become far more centralized recently, exposing these types of consensus system to loss of the inherent decentralized property. The ambassador consensus is based on pre-approved authoritative validators with a proof of authority approach. Ambassadors will have to continually campaign and market the Bitcoin Origin ecosystem in order to retain their status. They're voted for monthly by coin holders. By staking Bitcoin Origin tokens, the community is given the power to vote the ambassador who has represented Bitcoin Origin in the most effective manner, while ensuring a trusted validator maintains a public reputation in a diversified and autonomously evolving reputation-based consensus called Proof of Ambassador. It really takes the best of everything and combines it into seemingly a foolproof system. There's additional validator benchmarks that are required and verified. The proof of capacity works in the way of potential validators are provided benchmarking tools to measure their current hardware capacity. It includes network capacity and throughput. The results are not secure and can be tampered with. For that reason, it cannot be used as the only metric. Proof of environment: servers must be hosted in an eco-friendly server farm. Geolocations will be tracked. Special hosting advantages will be arranged at pre-approval hosting locations. Site visits will happen at unscheduled intervals to maintain integrity. Geolocation can easily be tampered with, such as site visits. As such, site visits may also be required. Proof of identity: domain registry information will be required. DNS entries must be added to prove ownership. Proof of stake: a stake of Bitcoin Origin tokens must be staked. A fixed fee of tokens will be burned to avoid abuse of this staking system. These requirements are extensive and they understand that. However, being a validator rewards 5% of all fees assigned to blocks. This is over and above the default reward dilution off of the foundation funds to reward community engagement. For these reasons, the vetting process is rigorous, and rightfully so. This limits their potential abuse and exploitation. They're trying to organize blockchain technology as a service. The blockchain space has many innovative advancements that allow enterprise to transact in the space in a cost-effective method, especially compared to traditional infrastructure. One of the biggest concerns is the cost of transactions in using any of the current native blockchains, thus making it unfeasible or uneconomical. Bitcoin Origin will provide a fixed price enterprise services whereby companies can utilize the Bitcoin Origin infrastructure in a transaction fee-less secured environment known as blockchain as a service. They have two key components to their token economics: the initial token release strategy and the supply control strategy. Their white paper is obviously completed, and they're working on full wallets, nodes, the testnet launch, and the Bitcoin Origin Fund begins work on crypto-based projects. Later on this year, we can expect a mainnet launch and scalability improvements along with other developments. And in the first quarter of 2019, a focus on privacy and the community ICO funding platform. Like I said, a lot of people that otherwise wouldn't are going to participate in this network simply due to the fact that it is free. All you have to do is make a claim, and it will be really interesting to see how this combination of different consensus algorithms and different methodologies to ensure uncorruptibility and transparency throughout the entire process. How all that plays out is absolutely going to hopefully continue to set the stage for blockchain technology to become widespread, massively adopted. Their founders and list of developers is always of interest for new and exciting assets, especially one as innovative as Bitcoin Origin. With 3 co-founders to Origin, all associated with Affinity Mining Ltd, we have Greg Vanderspoy, who's been in the software space and blockchain mining space for a number of years. He has strategic planning, management, and sales experience that will definitely come in handy for the overall marketing and rollout of this asset. Next up, we have Murray Hewlett, who's the CEO of Affinity Enterprises, has an MBA in finance, and is also a doctoral candidate at the University of Liverpool. He's been a managing director of Affinity Data since 2004 and was CEO of the personal portfolio prior to that, and thus brings a ton of management skills to the table. Next up, we seemingly have the brother of Greg, JP Vanderspoy, who is an entrepreneur, investor, and blockchain strategist. He's been an advisor at Bitfair and a co-founder of EFT Secure, along with being a founder and ICO of CallPay. And last up, but definitely not least, probably one of the most important figures is their head blockchain architect, because that is who is going to be designing what you and I actually use and who's going to be overseeing what the real innovation of this asset is, and that is being the new consensus algorithm, proof of ambassador, and how they develop all of that. He's the chief crypto code reviewer at Crypto Briefing and has a very impressive resume in software architecture as well as software engineering, and a blockchain protocol advisor as well as a blockchain architect and head of technology for a number of big companies. He's been in the space for a very long time. And really, a lot of these new assets, because there isn't much to go on other than an idea, often a really cool website, and sometimes, not always, as is with Tron, a really well written white paper. This has all the makings of a top future asset in this space, and the development team, as I said, is impressive, and that is a very common way to measure the likely success of a brand new asset in this space. As their explainer video said, they plan on being released to multiple exchanges very shortly after starting. So head over to bitcoinorigin.io to learn about how you can make your claim to your Bitcoin Origin tokens. And don't forget to smash that like button if you found this video informative, and comment below along with your Bitcoin address to enter yourself into our $50 Bitcoin giveaway. Thank you so much for watching Crypto Review Central. This has been a Bitcoin Origin deep dive. Subscribe and click that white bell notification to not miss out on any of our ongoing content. My name is Landon, and until next time, everyone.